بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Question says, السؤال: إذا وافق العيد يوم جمعة فهل تجزئ صلاة العيد عن صلاة الجمعة؟ وإذا صلوا يوم الجمعة فهل تعتبر صلاة الجمعة كفارة إلى الأسبوع القادم؟ What happens, or what do we do if and when the Eid prayer takes place on the day of Jumu'ah? The Eid is on Friday, quote unquote. What happens? So if the Muslims make the Eid prayer in the morning early, do they still have to go to Jumu'ah? And if they offer the prayer on Jumu'ah, then is Jumu'ah an expiation for the entire following week or the coming week, in which you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do anything as long as you made Jumu'ah that day. Al-Jawab, answer says, إذا وافق العيد يوم جمعة أو إذا وافق العيد أو وافق العيد على وجهين يوم الجمعة أو يوم الجمعة فقد بين النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أن من صلى العيد أجزأته عن الجمعة ويصلي ظهرا، فإذا صلى مع الناس صلاة العيد فالأئمة يقيمون صلاة الجمعة، أئمة الجوامع عليهم أن يقيموا صلاة الجمعة ويصلوا بالحاضرين، ومن لم يحضر ومن صلى العيد فعليه أن يصلي في بيته ظهرا أو مع بعض إخوانه ظهرا كما قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. Answer says is that when Eid is on Friday, the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام has explained to us is that whoever offers the Eid prayer in the morning, he doesn't have to make the Jumu'ah prayer. If you pray the Eid, you don't have to pray Jumu'ah, but instead you would just be required to make Dhuhr. You'd be required to make Dhuhr prayer. So, you offer prayer with the people in the morning, you made Eid, then the Imams of the Masjid still have to establish Jumu'ah. The Imams of the Masjids, of the mosques, they still have to make Jumu'ah. And they have to lead the people in the prayer. And whoever doesn't go, whoever says, I'll stay home, I don't have to go, that's fine. But they are to make dhuhr in their homes or to pray with their brothers. Stopping the translation of the fatwa, for argument's sake, a smaller masjid that doesn't establish Jumu'ah, musalla, or based off of this fatwa, in your home, but you pray in congregation, but you don't have to go to Jumu'ah. Moving forward. وَالْجُمْعَةُ جعلها الله كفارة إذا تطهر في بيته ثم أتى وصلى ما قدر الله له وحضر الخطبة وأنصت ولم يفرق بين اثنين ولم يؤذي أحدا صارت جمعته كفارة لما بينه وبين الجمعة الأخرى وزيادة 3 أيام، لأن الحسنة ب10 أمثالها، لكن ليس معناه أنها كفارة يضيع الصلوات التي بعدها ويضيع الحقوق. لا، يقوم بالحقوق عليه ويتقي الله ويقوم بالحقوق في جميع أوقاته من الصلوات بغيرها، وهو لابد محل الزلات ومحل السيئات، فتكون هذه الجمعة كفارة للصغائر التي قد تقع من. Jumu'ah is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made as a means of sins being expiated. One who washes and bathes, he cleans himself, brushes his teeth in his home, he leaves his home, he goes to the masjid, he prays what Allah allows him to pray, he sits down, he listens to the khutbah, he doesn't kick anyone or knee anyone or elbow anyone or drop kick anybody, he doesn't kick somebody in the back, move out the way, rushing, coming late, okay? Then the Jumu'ah will be a purification. It will be a kafara. His sins will be expiated from one Jumu'ah to the next with an addition of 3 days. And that is because one good deed has 10 sister good deeds. But this doesn't mean that a person can make Jumu'ah and do what he pleases or chooses. that he doesn't have to pray for the rest of the week. He can do haram for the rest of the week. He can ignore the rights and responsibilities of Allah, of the people for the rest of the week, and he can just, take off and take a spiritual vacation for the rest of the week. That's not what's meant. وأما الواجبات عليه أن يؤديها. بعض الجهلة يقول ستكفيني صلاة الجمعة ويضيع الصلوات. هذا منكر عظيم وكفر وضلال. نسأل الله العافية. Some ignoramuses, they go around thinking, oh, I don't have to do nothing. Khalas. I made Jumu'ah. I'm good for an entire week in 3 days. He says this is evil, and this is kufr, and this is misguidance. We ask Allah for protection from that. الكفارة مثل أن التوبة كفارة ومثل ما أن الصلوات الخمس كفارة، لكن ليس معنى هذا أن هذا الرجل الذي يصلي الجمعة يضيع الصلوات الأخرى ويقول سيكفر عنه الجمعة أو سيكفر عنه بالجمعة الأخرى، أو يضيع الحقوق الأخرى ولا يأمر بالمعروف ولا ينهى عن منكر، أو يعق والديه، أو يقطع أرحامه، أو يشهد بالزور، أو يدعي بالباطل يريد أنها تكفر عنه الجمعة. لا، جهل كبير وضلال بعيد. نعوذ بالله. What's meant by the Jumu'ah being a kafara is an expiation, like Tawbah being an expiation, or like the 5 prayers are an expiation. It doesn't mean that a person can avoid the remaining prayers and say, well, the Jumu'ah is going to, it doesn't mean that you can ignore your wife, your children, the hukuk, the rights that are upon you, that you ignore enjoining the good, forbidding the evil. You can disrespect your mother, your father, or stay away from your family members and cut the ties of kin. You can give false testimonies, or you can make false claim and lie. La, that's not what's meant. That's ignorance. That's great ignorance. And that's misguidance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us and grant us protection. This fatwa was given by Shaykh Aziz ibn Abdillah ibn Baz rahimahullah ta'ala. And it just goes to show you the beauty and the mercy of the Sharia. Whereas a person goes to the Eid, he doesn't have to go to Jumu'ah. Whereas he already previously went to a congregational sermon, a congregational prayer early in the day, a mass gathering of the Muslims, and that suffices him. And that a person can do certain things and enjoy certain things on that day, on Jumu'ah, and the beauty of that. As far as knowing the truth, then knowing the truth is incomplete until a person rejects and rebukes the falsehood as well. So this is what's meant. This is the kafara. And you have to bat out the park. You have to stomp out and get rid of the ignorance and the misconceptions that are widespread among the people. Ignorant people. Oh, you don't have to do this. I can do that. People have no knowledge, making up their own rules and things like this. Now, Wallahu ta'ala alam.